He looked forward. Aguero kept it moving for De Bruyne. De Bruyne away from Baba. Aguero's entirely unmarked. It's Kun Aguero! Fabulous finish. Just smacks of certainty. You just know. Sergio Aguero again for Manchester City, who have been smooth today. A goal from a Chelsea corner.
Well, they've been looking really incisive on the break, and Aguero did extremely well here. Mikel was sloppy because he gave him the opportunity to keep alive, and the little nick here just slowed Aguero up, so he has to now take it to his right. There's a deflection, and that's what deceives Courtois. As Aguero is trying to place this in the bottom corner, watch the nick it gets, because it definitely comes off a Chelsea foot. It does. It's Cahill who's tried to just dive across and get in front, and it's just come off the centre-back studs to take it out of Courtois' grip, reach.
A 97th Premier League goal for Sergio Aguero.
Clear for
well, they can't
Champions
ease up
League.
and make the same mistake that Dortmund made last week, can they?
No, that was amazing. It was a very exciting game actually, but they can't afford to make a big mistake like that.
As for Chelsea, players on trial to some degree, I suppose, with Conte coming in the summer. Maybe something to prove, Andy.
Yeah, I mean, a few changes he's made today, though. I mean, Courtois back in goal, Cahill back at centre-back, Costa obviously back in, having served his suspension, and Willian back. So there's those 4 changes from the last time we saw this Chelsea side play very poorly in Swansea last week. Now, the team that played against West Brom, there's only, I think, 3 changes from that. Back 4, goalkeeper are the same. But the 2 central midfield players change. It was Fernando and Delph against the Baggies last weekend. It's now Fernandinho and Yaya. And De Bruyne comes in for Bony. Changes from that team. But the only change, it's as strong a team as they've got. You know, there's 3 or 4 changes from the side that played midweek. But from the side that played last weekend, just those changes. Strong side. But it has to be. United won today. Close the gap on City.
Yes, I was going to say it's not a
Putting much pressure.
Scheduled as a springtime blockbuster, the pivotal title showdown. In fact, it is England's outgoing champions against England's ongoing Champions League stars. Manchester City in lurid yellow-green at the home of the Chelsea Blues, for whom this is one of what will be 3 high-profile home games between now and the end of the season. Spurs and Leicester, as the cruel fixture list has had it, the last to visit here, and one of them almost certainly will take home or take back the title pennant from them.
Well, Manchester City have known
Now Navas is on his way. De Bruyne looking to run off Ivanovic, and he's got there Kevin De Bruyne. He sent it back for Aguero, whose shot is deflected behind for a corner.
fantastic defending by Chelsea, because this is just precision from Navas. It's a delicious ball to get De Bruyne in, and he just thinks he's tapping it in. Sergio Aguero, and Gary Cahill has got a fantastic block on that. Fantastic.
Away by Toure, and taken up by Aguero. Quite an engaging start to the game, albeit amid a relatively low-key ambience. Aguero, De Bruyne, and Courtois comfortable at his near post.
Manchester City's movement actually on the break looks very lively.
Fabregas, Loftus-Cheek. Face to face with Mangala, supported here by Costa, who's been full of running in the early minutes. Willian wriggling away from Mangala and from Toure, and he saw Pedro. He played it inside of Zabaleta, who nicked it almost out of Hart's glove.
Yeah, agreed. I think if Zabaleta doesn't get there, Hart probably just gets there before Pedro. Lovely little kind of through ball from Willian.
Fabregas takes Toure away. Manchester City, don't forget, playing in the very short term for a place in the top 3 of the nagged by Baba Rahman, who's won it for Costa. Costa's offside. Neat finish, Neat finish, but the flag's been up for about 20 minutes.
But it is great closing down by Baba. He really hassled him, and he's fractionally just off Diego Costa. It's a good call, but they're lucky, Manchester City.
Chelsea do want to, by Gus Hiddink, that Chelsea always said they wanted to give him. Scored one of the 4 goals at Villa Park the other week. He's now starting for the 3rd Premier League game in a row, and he's looking to try and feed in Costa. Kolarov working back, Fabregas again. Mikel, Loftus-Cheek, heavy touch. Out by Navas, came to Cahill. Fabregas. Willian. Mangala's in the right spot. Nasri. Aguero. Nasri. De Bruyne. Navas. Zabaleta's galloping beyond him from full back. Navas tried to use that space and had to settle for a corner last off Baba.
Well, I think when you see Kolarov and Zabaleta play as well, they're the 2 most kind of adventurous fullbacks that Pellegrini has. Sagna and Clichy are his safe defensive bets, and both are looking to get in advanced positions as much as possible.
Has wandered up. Toure by the penalty spot. De Bruyne's delivery. Out by Mikel. Wide again, well from Navas. De Bruyne. He only played 132 minutes of Premier League football during his rather fruitless spell here at Chelsea, but has certainly blossomed since. First in the Bundesliga and now again in the Premier League, and indeed, of course, the Champions League, where he scored a memorable goal in midweek.
Was he got 3 and 4 now?
Yes.
Yeah. Interesting to watch Yaya Toure as well, Peter, because I think Manchester City can set up without him now in Europe, so he's kind of got to impress Pellegrini all over again.
Loftus-Cheek. Costa. Pedro. Oh, Loftus-Cheek, what a lovely touch. Ruben Loftus-Cheek had precious little to aim at when it came time to dispatch the shot. But did he not manoeuvre himself cleverly then?
Oh, I just wonder whether Joe Hart saved that, you know. I thought Joe Hart got a hand on that. And I think the assistant has gone with the goal kick.
Poker face from the England goalkeeper.
Yeah, I mean, it's a lovely little piece of trickery to get him in. Yeah, there's a little hand on that from Joe Hart. That's all he had to do. He had no support, so he has to go, and clearly a very good touch.
Toure with City's clearing header. Loftus-Cheek. Fabregas. Done for Fabregas again. But he ran into the big brick wall that was Yaya Toure. And Toure saw De Bruyne ahead of him, and Kevin De Bruyne is on his way here and is denied by the frame of Thibaut Courtois.
Excellent save, Courtois, because he came off his line to narrow the angle. I thought he'd wasted the opportunity, Toure. I thought he could have played it earlier. And it's on his left foot, admittedly, and maybe less control for De Bruyne. But nonetheless, Courtois still had to get in good position and did.
Friends and Belgian colleagues, eyeball to eyeball. Here. By Kolarov, kind of a plain corner, easily cleared by Fabregas. Fernandinho's last man back. Bar Hart.
Yeah, and I suspect that pass from Toure there, that might kind of play a part in the decision that Pellegrini might have to make down the line in the Real Madrid games as to whether he goes for a more cautious Fernando or that.
Somebody has to play opposite Real Madrid's Casemiro, who's really emerged this season as a terrific holding midfield player with purpose and bite as well. There's De Bruyne. Here's Aguero. Lifted up towards Nasri, who had half a mind to try something extravagant, thought better of it. Fernandinho. Read okay by Baba Rahman. De Bruyne. Navas. Oh, he's made a mug of Baba Rahman. In by Navas, didn't reach Aguero. Cahill sorted that.
You know, and that's the issue with Navas. Gets
on his bike again. Nasri through the middle. Samir Nasri. Courtois came to good effect. Jesus Navas. Here's Aguero. Courtois played an important part over the first 25 minutes plus of this game. Fernandinho. Toure. City looks smooth. Toure looks very smooth. He's not getting a free kick for that.
No, he should have gone to his left. De Bruyne was there.
Loftus-Cheek has released Willian at the other end. Mongola's got his work cut out. Willian's beyond him. Otamendi clear. This is a really good game of ebb and flow, this. Just needs a goal. Here. Fabregas. Pedro. Fabregas. Baba. Pedro. Coaxed out by Fernandinho. Toure. Navas. Hurdling away from Rahman.
It was a really smart ball by Aguero. And
Willian's take. Ivanovic got closest to it.
Fernandinho did the trick.
Fabregas. Baba. Fabregas. Pedro. Switched behind by Kolarov.
Yeah, that's okay. He was trying to control it with his right foot and then obviously put his foot through it and get it upfield with his left, and it didn't quite work out that way.
Willian without swing. They're away by Mongala. Aguero. Minded to rip away from Baba, who laudably stuck tight to him. It's careless from Fernandinho, early from Willian, read by Otamendi.